Yo, it's crypto blood, Detroit flow, screaming from the D, knowing what to show. Indicators are wrong point, OG since 12, invested in trade, living life like a pro. I'm Rucker, Jerry, it's just blood too. Bad motherfucker in a good way, boo. Got my eyes on the charts, ain't no time to sleep. Get that money, gotta keep it creep. That's my crypto blood, twist the toasters on the line. Stacking my coin, got the market on my mind. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum too. Cash is king, but I'm looking for a new move. I know the culture of the markets, like the streets. Got my finger on the pulse, can't nobody beat. I see the trends, I see the flow. Got my strategies in place, you know.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. It's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis, late edition, baby. That's right. We're doing it live late, ladies and gents. We're doing it live late. Hope everyone is doing well out there today in the crypto verse. We got a lot to talk about. Roger Ver, OG in the game. I remember when I got into crypto 2013, you know, it was only a couple of people that I could even reference and look towards for guidance and understanding about this new technology. One was Max Kaiser. The other was Andreas Antonopoulos. And last but not least, there was another person as well, but I have to put in there in the top three, Roger Ver, Bitcoin Jesus, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin Jesus. There are some others as well. You got Voorhees and another guy, I cannot recall his name. He's like disappeared. He's not in the space anymore, to be honest. I don't think I haven't seen him or heard from him, but those were the visionaries, man, in that time period. And that's what I had to go on YouTube and find out what they were thinking at that point. And two of the three I've had on my show. I've never been able to get Roger Ver on. I haven't tried to, but I know Rice was supposed to right before he got locked up in Spain. So that's unfortunate because that would have been great. I think Rice has had him on before, honestly. We got Wisdom Bars in the building. King Chris in the house. They trying to tax Bitcoin. Yeah, man. They trying to get them. But you know what? It's a crazy. This scenario is none other. It's unprecedented what the U.S. government is doing right now to Roger Ver, and it just shows you. And I'm gonna explain to you, like, in my opinion, what this means for you. You might be shocked. So stick around to the end. We'll go through this whole Roger Ver situation. We're also going to take a look at MicroStrategies. I don't know if T. Will is in the building. He sent me a spreadsheet last week, an arbitrage spreadsheet we're going to look at. This shit is hilarious, by the way, T. Will. The assumptions made on this bad boy is like, boy, hilarious. But again, we will take a look at this spreadsheet in today's episode because he sent it to me last week. I appreciate that. I'll give you my two Satoshis on that. And then also Solana. You guys know I'm more of a fan of Solana than I was last year. That's for sure. Snowden torches Solana's centralized approach. This is an article from a couple of months ago, but you know, I'm always digging and trying to find interesting topics for us to take a look at during these live streams, and this is a good one. And we'll talk about that whole, they call it the trilemma in Bitcoin. You know, you got to balance, you know, control or centralization with speed and security. Those three points create that trilemma that every blockchain is trying to pretty much solve. And I can't say there's one that's right there in the middle. Not yet. Maybe you guys know one. Let me know in the comments in the chat room if there's a blockchain that does solve that trilemma situation. Little Bag Baby in the building. Says CB, if you never sell and only swap or barter for goods, there is no taxable event. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. It's so, and this is the problem. It's so confusing here in the United States. We don't know. They haven't given real good clarity because you got the CFTC. They want to call it a commodity. You got the IRS. They want to call it a, I don't know what the hell they want to call it. You know what I'm saying? You got commodity. You got them, some calling them currencies. Some calling, I don't know. So we need clarity. And once we get clarity, things will be smooth sailing. We'll have an understanding in the marketplace, what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. Lloyd Edward in the building. Justine in the house. Kevin in the building. And Cash. Oh, don't forget this week, guys. It's going down. BYD-Fi giveaway this coming Monday, but you have to have a UID number. You don't want to be these people right here. You don't want to be these people right here, okay? Drake Owens, Offnear, Chloe, J Crypto Minded, Mark Belsky. He's always winning though. Voice Crypto, John Lopez, Wisdom Bars, man. He didn't even have his UID number set up. R. Crone and D Fuentes 420. These 10 people had a missed opportunity of $50 credited to their exchange, their Blowfin exchange. Don't miss out next week. Sign up. Scan that QR code that you see on your screen, BYD-Fi, for the Tether giveaway that I'm doing this coming Monday. Again, scan that QR code, sign up, have your UID number ready during the live stream. Be there for the lucky wheel spin to see if you're the winner. And in order to be on the wheel, you have to be a YouTube premium member at any level, or you super chatted this week. Okay, anytime this week. I think you can even do super thanks. That's if you missed the live stream and you still want to enter onto the wheel, you can give a super thanks and you will be added to the wheel as well for next week's spin. So sign up with BYD-Fi. It's so crazy. I just interviewed the chief marketing officer of BYD-Fi. Shout out to my guy, Michael. Great interview. I'll be putting that out later this week. Also did another interview, a non-crypto interview with a guy who has a story, y'all. I mean, this story is remarkable. He goes by Chada Zo Pound. Shout out to Chada Zo Pound. Shout out for him. Amazing story. I'll be putting that out for YouTube members, premium members as well, real soon. Yeah, I saw ChatGPT was down worldwide. What is that about? See, when you here's the thing about stuff like that, because ChatGPT, from my understanding, you got stuff like Amazon, Cloud, ChatGPT. These are all systems that run like in a almost decentralized manner. It's on a cloud-based framework, so the resources are spread across like different data centers all across the world. To me, when I hear stuff like that, it reminds me of potentially a hack and or they're testing something. I don't know. They ain't even referred to Bitcoin as BRC yet. Cash Oak said, whoever sound like they know the most, make the most, they're gonna listen to about BRC chain. Okay, you got to give me more understanding about that one, bro. I wonder what the request was. Right. Somebody put a prompt in that bad boy to shut the whole internet down. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Hit that like button. Share this stream, ladies and gentlemen. As we get into it today, we got a lot of good information. A lot of alpha is going to be dropped in today's episode. The main topic for today is Bitcoin Jesus sets the record straight. Again, we'll take a quick look at the interview, and I'll drop a link to it. But Tucker just did a groundbreaking interview with Bitcoin Jesus, aka Roger Ver, as he sets the record straight. And a lot of details are, this is his first time publicly speaking about it since he has been released. He was locked up in Spain and is still in Spain. I think for almost 2 or 3 months, somewhere around there, 2 months maybe. So interesting times we're in. Let's go ahead and firstly look at, I want to look at the Bitcoin chart before we get into the actual articles for today. All right, so let's take a look at this Bitcoin chart, give you some technical analysis real quick. Nice double tap on the trend line right here, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, your boy CB know how to draw them trend lines, don't he? Double tap right there. Add a little nipple to them bad boys right there. Woo, okay. Double tap. And we were off to the races after that double tap. That's strong signal to the upside for us right there. That's great price action. Now we're right there. Slowed down, lost momentum at this trend line. However, we did score a point on this previous kind of, it's only 2 bars or 2 candles. This one has a better forming A shape like that. This one I wouldn't count. So we did not really clear this level. This is the level we need to clear right here. We came very, very short of it. Not even a couple points, like literally 10 points, if not even less than that. 42, it was 30, about 30 points. 39 points, somewhere around there. Shy of taking out that high right there. We had a pullback, but it looks like we may be forming a U shape, right? Or V shape, just depends, to make our way back up above that trend line. That was the major trend line that I was worried about. That's where we need to get back above, and we're right there now. So we'll have to see how things pan out tomorrow, over the night and into tomorrow, and I'll give you an update tomorrow on that. However, the altcoins had a slam down. Altcoins had a nice little slam down, and we haven't seen a red zone or a sell pressure signal for Bloodalytics on the altcoins in forever. Even if I go to the daily, well, the daily doesn't really show. No, the daily doesn't show the red like it should. But it's been a long time. I can't go back any further on the 13-minute. Let's see if I can go maybe in the hour and see what we see here. Nope, it doesn't show it properly. All right, so anyway, I haven't seen this in a long time. So we did get a correction in the altcoins. A lot of meme coins got slammed pretty hard. But we did see a double bounce, almost similar to Bitcoin. We saw a double tap of that trend line. So that's good news. That is good news. Double tap. 2 boobies right there. So it does look bullish to me. Them 2 boobies look real bullish to me. JC in the building. Are you buying the 5 cryptos BlackRock is using for build? No, I'm not. Well, I actually probably have those coins, but tell me what the 5 coins are. I'm not aware of what they're doing with that build project. I heard about it some time ago, but I haven't been tracking it. So, JC, you got to put us on that one. Drop us some alpha in the chat room right now. JC! Crypto Red Bot in the building. Thanks for tuning in. BCH might finally make the move to 700. This leg down was needed. Yeah, you got to have washouts. It's healthy for the markets. You got to have that. So that's where we are with things right now. Hit that like button, ladies and gents, and share this stream. We got about 70 people in the building between X and YouTube watching live right now. And how many people we have over on Rumble? We got about 7 people on Rumble right now, 8 people on Rumble. Make sure you guys do follow me on Rumble. We're at 985. Sorry, 985 right now. Let's get to that 1,000. Let's go out. I'm I'm dropping the link right now. Go subscribe to the channel on Rumble. Let's get to 1,000 followers. All right. Let's get to 1,000. So go follow me on Rumble right now. Link is in the chat room. Come holler at your boy. Come holler at your boy. All right. Also, don't forget the Christmas sweaters are on deck. You want to get them now so that you'll have them before Christmas. All right. You want to rock them before Christmas and on Christmas. So make sure you go get your Christmas sweater today. What kind of Christmas will you make it? Well, we got 9 types of Christmases you can make it. All right. So scan that. Get you a sweater like today. I would say safely you can order probably up until this weekend. We can probably get your sweater to you by Christmas. So just keep that in mind. Get yourselves one of those Christmas sweaters. We got 9 different cryptocurrencies representing this Christmas. So check them out. Scan that QR code to get more information. Now, I want to take a look at what Snowden said about Solana, because he kind of torched it. He says Solana's blockchain development approach has been criticized by Edward Snowden. He says some governments see control through technology. Some? I would say all. I would say all. But, you know, the crazy thing about what he's saying is that if he's pointing one finger at Solana, he got to be pointing three of them back to who else other than Ethereum. Yeah, buddy, y'all don't know. Like, really, Ethereum is highly censorable, if I may, because you got to understand, like, I think about 85% of the nodes running on Ethereum right now are pretty much under censorship control. All right. So look that up. I don't have time to deep dive into that today. But a large majority, about 85% of the market is pretty much under the control of some type of entity that can censor and throttle or block transactions. Blocks, no pun intended. All right. So look into that. Do a deep dive into that when you have some time and understand what's really going on here with Ethereum being honestly already compromised. It's at over 80% censorable. The nodes are. The rest of the nodes, 25 or 20%, 15% are uncensorable. But the issue is, if it's going to get to a point where probably, you know, the censorable nodes will be near 90%. And so when that happens, yeah, you'll be able to get your transaction through. But if your wallet or that transaction has been blacklisted, it's going to take a long time for the transaction to propagate through the network of those 10% of the nodes that are, you know, saying, hey, anything can come through. So just look into that. Permaculture mom said, so what did Roger Ver say? Spain is the same place, John? Yes, exactly. Yeah. Permaculture, stay around, because we're going to get to that towards the end of today's episode. That is going to be the final topic for tonight. So make sure you stick around, because I got a video I want to look at. I've got a couple of things we're going to look at. We got 2 videos we're going to look at. So I got to make sure I get through this. We're already 22 minutes in. So I need to speed this up. Blood just threw up crypto gang signs. Yeah, I did, right? Point 2, edge 3 back. All that, you know, you already know. You already know the fuck. If they can take / recover your Bitcoin, then they can control it. I don't think they can do that. Other than coercion, right? They can definitely coerce you into giving up your Bitcoin by saying giving you football numbers for jail time sentences. So, I mean, if you look at it that way, yeah. So JC is giving us the 5 coins. Let's just run through that real quick. JC says the first coin, Aptos, don't have any of that. AVAX, have a little of that. Arbitrum, I don't have any of that. Poly, I got some Poly. Optimism, barely have any Optimism. So essentially you're looking at all of the layer 2s or the main layer 2s. AVAX is not a layer 2 and Aptos isn't either, correct? But Arbitrum, Poly, and Optimism are, if I'm not mistaken, layer 2s for Ethereum, that is. Not huge fans of layer 2s, to be honest with you. I'm not fans of layer 2s. I think they'll be obsolete very soon. At any rate, let's get back to this article, because he says here, and this is again a couple of months ago, he says developing safe technology. Snowden highlighted Solana as an example of how not to build a blockchain. He stressed that true security requires being adversarial from inception. Snowden explained that Solana takes good ideas but centralizes them to make the protocol faster and cheaper. While this may offer convenience, he says, he warned that it also creates trade-offs in that it becomes, quote unquote, a system that has levers that people can simply just take from you. Interesting. Snowden, however, wasn't overly concerned for now, noting that Solana's primary use cases aren't limited to meme coins and scams, rather than anything of value to state interests. How do you guys feel about that? Like, what chain out there isn't in this state? Like, okay, Solana may be a little bit more toward decentralization, but again, I'm gonna bring this up really quickly so you guys can see the graph, or whatever you want to call it. Blockchain trilemma. All right, so here we go. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. And look like a man. And look like a man. Y'all remember that? Let me see. Open in a new window. Boom. All right, so here we go. Here is the trilemma. This is the blockchain trilemma right here. Let me get the QR code out the way. So here is the blockchain trilemma. And this is what you have to kind of, you go toward one direction, you give up power in the other two axes. So if you go for more scalability, then that means you got to give up security and decentralization. And this is what Solana is more in this sector, in this corner here of scalability. They want to scale, make it quicker, faster, quicker, and all of that for you. But they may give up on security and decentralization. You go toward the decentralization side with chains like Dash, that's one example. That's a highly decentralized blockchain. Give me another one. What's another one that's highly decentralized? Dash may be one. Gosh, I'm trying to think of another one. But at any rate, they have problems scaling. And then if you go towards one like security, which I would say Bitcoin falls more under, then you're giving up scalability and decentralization. So just something to think about. That's the blockchain trilemma. If you guys weren't aware of that, just dropping some on you right there. So I don't know, man. I understand what Snowden is saying, but at this point, I haven't seen one that masters all of those zones. So I don't know. This was an interesting one really quickly. Ex Binance CEO CZ reveals his Bitcoin strategy, but with warning. So he was just looking back on how he basically said his strategy was just perfect timing. It wasn't like, he he made the right decision. I mean, it was the right decision, but it was more so because it was more so timing and just sticking with that made it such a great payoff for him. He said, I finally understood how I did it all wrong. I bought Bitcoins at the beginning of a long bear run back in 2014. Didn't have more fiat to buy dips, so can't no profits to take. Long bear run. So can't this nigga right here. Round of applause for a billionaire. I mean, I don't know if English is probably not his first language, though he is from Canada, right? He's a Chinese Canadian. I think that's right. He said, worked out in the end, but I do not recommend my strategy. What strategy is he talking about? Well, he was just saying that it was quite a nod of to luck, timing, and what you can learn from it, and a subtle warning to others. Essentially, he said, I do not recommend my strategy. Seems to be the bottom line of his reveal. This article says CZ's strategy was profitable, but the circumstances that made it work are unlikely to be repeated. It is a nuanced takeaway. His success was not about perfect execution, but rather about sticking with it. And maybe this is what MicroStrategies is thinking that they're going to do, just stick with it. But I'm still skeptical, be honest with you. I'm still skeptical, man. I know. Windows 95 for real. No doubt. All right. So Arthur Hayes says Aptos is going up, says it's better than Sui to Raul Paul. Bought some in the green. Okay. Yeah, I've been hearing about Aptos for a while, actually. Whatever happened to Jane Doe? Wow. Permaculture Mom. Good question. I have reached out to her. Last time I reached out to her was maybe a year and a half or two ago. Nothing. So I don't know, man. I hope she's fine. I hope she's doing well. But man, I loved having her on. Very entertaining and smart. Monero for sure. Litecoin. Litecoin's the right coin. You did. So let's take a look at this. Speaking of MicroStrategy, it's ironic. T. Will sent me this spreadsheet. Okay. And it just kind of breaks down all the fuzzy math and tells you this and that and gives you all these hypotheticals about how much they own and what the share price per share is and the value of premium and the premium to Bitcoin owned and all this NBA shit. Masters in business, right? All that good stuff, right? Shows you all the purchases and average Bitcoin to dollar market price, where we are today. Total dollar cost average is down here, so it's roughly around $50,000 per coin at this juncture. I think it might be a little higher now since they did buy another 2 billion. I think either Monday. It was a Monday. I think it was over a Monday, or they revealed that they bought more on Monday from the previous week or whatnot. So it's got a good breakdown. And if you go to, and this is the part that cracks me up. This is how I know this shit is bull. Okay. Here are the different scenarios: bearish, expected, and bullish. So you're telling me in the bearish scenario, you're still going to do a 10x. Round of applause. A 10x by 2035. 10x on, I'm not talking about Bitcoin. I'm talking about 10x on the share price of MicroStrategy, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. By 2035, MicroStrategy should be at a price of $2,417, ladies and gentlemen, according to this bearish scenario, which would put us, where would that put us? That is 100,000, 100 million, 100 billion. So $949 billion market cap, just shy of $1 trillion for MicroStrategy, a company that, by the way, lost $18 million net cash flow last quarter. That's right. They lost $18 million in their actual core business last quarter. Okay. Gotcha. The expected scenario here is $2.4 trillion market cap in 10 years. And the bullish is $3.6 trillion market cap. So in all scenarios, you can't lose, ladies and gents. Here's ROI. 1,000% bear. That's worst case. 2,600 expected, and 4,000% returns on the bullish scenario. I just, you guys know the saying. Too good to be true. Probably is, right? Yeah. Cash Oak said, I think Coin, which is Coinbase's stock, all-time high, a good signal for a top. That's a good point. Is Coin at an all-time high? Let me know. I haven't looked at Coin in a long time. Little Bag Baby said, missing Jane. Anyone in the know is not supposed to speak. Damn, you're right, bro. I didn't even know so many of you remember her. That's crazy. Those are some good times, man. She came around, for those that don't know, she came around during the pandemic and gave us a heads up on stuff that was going to happen and came true based on her network. So she really clouded up and got a lot of us believing in her source of information on, the whole pandemic situation. So yeah, that was a legendary time. Legendary time for sure. Let's see what the chat room is saying here. King Chris said, I remember her. She was being big on links. She sure was. Good time, says Permaculture Mom. Will Max Kaiser come on your show and talk about El Salvador? Max actually invited me to an El Salvador golf tournament. I got to go back and look at when it is. I might go out there and check them out for the golf tournament. Yeah, I'll get Max back on. I think it's appropriate. Here's the thing. I know a lot of people in the Bitcoin crypto space. A lot of people, like, some of the heaviest, most influential people in Bitcoin. I don't try to interview people just for clout. I got to have an interest and really want to interview you about something. So, it'd be good to get Max on, because when I invited him to Detroit, he and Stacy to Detroit for their Max Rage Bitcoin tour, or whatever it was called. He told me then that a lot of your heavy bag holders, and at that time, this was like 2018, 19. At that time, I don't know where Bitcoin was at, maybe 15,000, something like that. I can't remember. But he was like, a lot of the big bag holders, a lot of the OGs were going to be selling at 100,000, at least selling some, maybe not all, but at least selling some. And so it'd be good to have him on and talk about that for sure. Where DZ been at? You guys got to start a little ATB redo. DZ is still over at Discover Crypto, isn't he? He's doing the morning show, I believe. ATB, man, that was a good show. They paused it. Don't know when they're going to restart. If they restart, I'm there. You already know. That's my family down there in Atlanta. Did you see Chris Johnson on Earn Your Leisure? He was talking about Bitcoin. Chris Johnson. Who the hell is Chris Johnson? Chris Johnson. I'm not sure who Chris Johnson is, bro. Let me know. Let me know. All right. So look. So I showed you all of this, right? I'm just going to quickly show you this again. We're going to rerun this. And let's just take a look.
319. Again, I'm adjusting for the split.
I'm going to drop a link
right?
to this
It
in the
would have been
description below as well. Let me do that now so you guys can check this out. So go check this out when you guys have time after the live stream, because it's only 16-minute video.
Would have been 631, but I'm adjusting for the split. You could buy 668.86 shares. You could have bought a Bitcoin for 42,000, or you could have bought 668 shares of MicroStrategy. It's the same amount of money. If you bought 42,265 of Bitcoin, you own 100% of one Bitcoin. If you spent the same amount of money on MicroStrategy stock, you own 61% of a Bitcoin. Not 100%, but only 61% of a Bitcoin. But that's okay, because apparently you have intelligent leverage. Look, 33%, and it only was 13%. If we take the 252,000 now and divide it by the new share count, each share is now 0.107% of a Bitcoin. Look at this. You went from 0.091 to 0.107. You had a 17.76% increase in the Bitcoin per share. The asset value per share increased 17.676%. Bitcoin count increased 33, and as long as this increase is less, you will get an increase in the Bitcoin per share. But at whose expense? Remember on the previous screen, it's the
whose expense? Listen to this part.
Money coming in that helps to pay for all the money in front of it. Let's look at today. Bitcoin 90,000 last.
So this was about 3 weeks ago, I think, or 4 weeks ago. So the price is a little off. He's got price quoted at 90,000, almost 91 grand, but it's 10% off. Still, the numbers still aren't drastically off. So let's check this out.
Closing price 90,000. MicroStrategy closed at $340. So you could buy one Bitcoin for 90,000, or you could buy 266.7 shares of MicroStrategy. Each share representing 0.107 of a Bitcoin. You'd own almost 29% of a Bitcoin.
Did you hear that? Instead of going out and just buying one Bitcoin, you telling me that it's better to go buy the equivalent of $90,852 worth of Bitcoin of MicroStrategy shares, which will convert over to 0.28, or let's just say 0.29 of a Bitcoin. What kind of shit? What? Somebody help me out. Somebody help me out. I don't care that, all this, all this shit right here, these NBA, mind fucking equations to make shit work and put a peg into a square hole. I don't buy it, ladies and gents. I've seen it too many times. It does not make sense. It does not make sense. The gap is not that, the premium is not that much to be buying MicroStrategies and only getting let's just go say a third of the Bitcoin value out of your purchase from MicroStrategy. Where's the other 75%? Where's the other 70%? How do we rectify, rationalize the premium of 75% on every Bitcoin that you buy? Oh man, what kind of math? Insane madness, biting crack pipe math. You're right. little baby Biden, little baby Biden, not little bag baby, little Biden, little Biden. Oh, Hunter, man, I tell you, that's a whole nother situation, my friend. The math ain't mathing. It ain't little bag baby. It is not mathing. Woo in the building. So let's get back to, I want to finish this video up because shit. Yo, I don't care, man. Like, I don't have a problem being wrong, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. Detroit people gonna tell you how they feel. That just is what it is. We're gonna tell you how we feel. Can't do.
You could have bought 100% of a Bitcoin, but instead you said, no, I'm going to go for 29% of a Bitcoin because, of course, I have intelligent leverage. That leverage only works if MicroStrategy plans to raise more money.
There you go.
And then for those people, that leverage only works if it plans to raise even more money.
Wait. I got to go back because he was being sarcastic, but he's like, I could go buy 100% of a Bitcoin, but nah, let me just get 29% of it. Round of applause for that. Intelligent leverage.
Only works if MicroStrategy plans to raise more money. And then 90,000. Last closing price, 90,000. MicroStrategy closed at $340. So you could buy one Bitcoin for 90,000, or you could buy 266.7 shares of MicroStrategy. Each share representing 0.107 of a Bitcoin, you'd own almost 29% of a Bitcoin. You could have bought 100% of a Bitcoin, but instead you said, no, I'm going to go for 29% of a Bitcoin because
there you go. That's great logic. Great logic.
Of course, I have intelligent leverage. That leverage only works if MicroStrategy plans to raise more money. And then for those people, that leverage only works if it plans to raise even more money. And then for those people, for it to work out, it must raise even more money. Let's have a look at its share raising or its fundraising strategy. So here it is. Their capital raising target 2025 to 2027, it says illustrative. Their plan is to raise $42 billion in capital over the next 3 years in equal amounts of debt and equity. I'm just going to move a few things around here so that we can see sort of what's going on just a little bit better. So let's just kind of move.
Just drop the link again to this video we're watching. Go watch the whole thing if you're interested. You know, this is kind of some you got to be a little nerdy about the numbers if you're interested in, you know, what's going on with MicroStrategy. You know, this you know, we're laughing and stuff, but this could actually be a Terra Luna 2.0 moment for Bitcoin if shit hits the fan with this quote unquote intelligent leverage scenario that MicroStrategies is imploring here. So might want to know what is really going on here. I'm just saying
some things around here. And remember what I said it relies on. You have to keep raising money, and you have to keep raising money in larger and larger increments to get this done. It's the only way to make this happen, right? Give me a second here. I just want to rearrange something, and let's just turn this over on its side like this. There is their fundraising strategy. Is if
there it is, ladies and gentlemen. What does that look like? Huh? Looks like the pyramids of Gaza? Nah. It's the pyramids of Ponzi, ladies and gentlemen.
Raise this amount of money, they can increase the number of Bitcoin per share that existing shareholders would have at, of course, the cost of these shareholders. But they can make these shareholders okay by raising even more money to help everyone above them. to raise the value of Bitcoin per share. But keep in mind, they're financing 100% of the increment, but only getting a percentage of it. But that's okay. You can raise even more money the next year to help everybody else out in front. Of course, they would suffer quite a bit, but they would help everybody else out in front by raising the Bitcoin per share. And as long as you have a Bitcoin count that is that size and a share count that is that size, any increase in here would look like a large number compared to the increase in here. It would also make it look like you're increasing the asset value per share, but it relies on larger and larger and larger amounts of money coming in.
So again, you guys always, you know, you guys keep saying, I hear you guys, some of you saying, well, CB, we all know that Bitcoin is going to go up in price over time. I agree. Not saying it won't. That's not the problem is it's not the price of Bitcoin. It's if they can continue to raise more money than they did before to keep it going. They have to continue to raise more money to keep this Ponzi going, to keep that premium there. If they can't keep raising more money each incremental time substantially, then it's going to cause the price of the stock to come down, which then is going to cause them to potentially have to liquidate Bitcoin. And you see the domino effect that occurs. So Bitcoin can't even stay at its current price. Like Bitcoin has to continue to go up too. If Bitcoin just stayed around 100,000, 120, stayed in that range for the next 2-3 years, that's even potentially a problem. So let's finish this video up and then we'll move on to the final topic for today.
I don't know what I would call that shape. I'm not sure if there's a word for it. It doesn't seem like it mathematically makes sense, because it does rely on an infinite regression into larger and larger amounts. There's a name for this. I don't know what it is. If anybody has an idea of what this is called, I think we've seen this before, but I'm not really sure what it's called. If you wrap it inside an organization that has shares, and shareholders are freely trading the shares, and shareholders are freely buying the equity and freely buying the bonds, and they can trade the equity and the bonds in the market, well, that's not a Ponzi scheme, because you can trade, you don't have to rely on new money coming in to get your money out. But if you're looking at the asset value per share, that can only increase if you have new money coming in and bigger and bigger and bigger amounts of money coming in. I don't know. Do you guys got a name for this thing?
Pyramid scheme. There you go. All right, round of applause. All right, so just wanted to play that for you guys for a little shits and giggles for this evening. Let's go ahead and move on to Roger Ver, our guy, Bitcoin Jesus. Bitcoin Jesus. All right, Bitcoin Jesus. The first one is something about out of You Today. He's talking about Satoshi Nakamoto. I don't know if I didn't read this, so I just saw the headline. And it says he answers vital question: who's Satoshi Nakamoto? Let's see what he says. If we can scan this really quickly. Let's see. He also answered Carlson's question about who Satoshi Nakamoto is, the mysterious founder of Bitcoin. It says here, Ver claims he knows real reason for his arrest. We're going to get to that in a minute. But what about Satoshi? What's going on? So Satoshi. So who is Satoshi? When Carlson asked Roger who Satoshi was, Bitcoin Jesus said that he does not know who and believes that nobody in the world really does. Oh, great. Yep, that was the answer I was looking for. That was an answer I never heard before. Okay, next article. That was disappointing. Is about Roger Ver's claims that the U.S. is targeting him because of his Bitcoin advocacy, not because of taxes. And I'm just going to play this real quick clip at the beginning of Tucker's interview, which I'll drop a link to this in the description of this video as well. You guys can check it out afterwards. Check this out.
Roger, thanks a lot for joining us. So here's how I understood your story. This is what I read. You are being extradited from Spain, an ally in Western Europe, a NATO country, to the United States by the U.S. Justice Department to face life in prison, 109 years, for tax evasion. You're not a U.S. citizen. The period that you're being charged with evading American taxes, you are not a U.S. citizen. And so whenever I see a story that says the U.S. government is extraditing somebody for tax evasion to put them in prison for 109 years, my first thought is maybe it's not really about the taxes. Maybe there's something more to this story. Could there be another reason the U.S. government is angry at you and wants to put you in prison for the rest of your life?
Yeah, for the rest of his life, ladies and gentlemen. Matter of fact, while I'm at it, free Ross. Free Ross Ulbricht. Orange Man should be letting him out. I don't know if he's going to do it. He should be doing it at the beginning. Can you do pardons at the beginning? You can do them whenever you want, right? During your term. Somebody let me know in the comments below. But I'm hoping that Trump goes ahead and frees pardons Ross Ulbricht at the beginning out the gizate. Good point here, 52 Bitcoin. He said Michael Saylor is a great marketer, great at marketing. He is. It's no doubt about it. You have to definitely give him credit for that. With this new admin talking about Trump, all he needs is Trump's son's ear. Maybe for 2 years, it floats more upward. Never forever, though. Great clip. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Again, the problem isn't the price of Bitcoin per se. We all know that it will go up. It's just that now you're painting yourself or putting yourself as a company, a publicly traded company. You're putting yourself in a position where nothing can go wrong. And you never want to put yourself in a position where nothing can go wrong for your plan to work. That's just not life. It doesn't work that way. So crazy. That's really insane. Roger Ver is a big advocate for Ross. Yep. Yes, any point during their term. Okay, cool. So he can pardon at any point during the term. I hope he does it out the gate for Ross Ulbricht. That'll be, man. Woo, Bitcoin might pop on that. To be honest with you, I might see a little price action on that. But the Biden administration has been horrific. I haven't seen an administration worse than them. From debanking, from Operation Choke Point 2.0 to being such an enemy of crypto, freedom of speech, censorship. Like, I'm just glad Trump won by a landslide, ladies. Too big to rig. At the end of the day, too big to rig. That's all we needed, and that's what we got. So we can clap to that and not go back on the past and try to rehash the nonsense. But yeah, man, this guy Roger Ver, I didn't know he was facing life. He's not even a citizen, wasn't a citizen when the infraction happened. How do they get away with this stuff? So we shall see. I'll drop a link to this interview. You guys should watch it in the description of this video in the chat room right now. Go check that out. Don't sleep on Suey. I got some Suey. I need to get more though, Murph. I need to get more, no doubt. Suey is not slept on my camp. Definitely. So check out that interview that Tucker Carlson did with Roger Ver. I wish it was my man Rice Crypto. I did it first, but you know how it goes. That's it though, ladies and gents. Again, don't forget, every Monday I'm giving away $50 worth of crypto USDT. So make sure you have your BYDFi account ready. You'll need that account number during the stream. And all you have to do to get on that wheel is to be a premium YouTube member at any level, and or send me a super chat during any of the live streams. And I think you can do a super thanks as well if you missed the live stream. That's it, man. That's my 2 Satoshis. Like, share, and subscribe. Click that bell to receive more videos like this. I'm out of here, people. Ha!
Yo, it's crypto blood, Detroit flow, screaming from the D, knowing what to show. Indicators on wrong point, OG since 12, invested in trade, living life like a pro. I'm Rucker, Jerry, and just bloods do. Bad motherfucker, but in a good way, boo. Got my eyes on the charts, ain't no time to sleep. Get that money, gotta keep it creep. This my crypto blood, Twisted Toasters on the line. Stacking my coin, got the market on my mind. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum too. Cash is king, but I'm looking for a new move. I know the culture of the markets, like the streets. Got my finger on the pulse, can't nobody beat. I see the trends, I see the flow. Got my strategies in place, you know.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but
Okay.
now I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video.
Oh!
For credits.
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay. In 5, 4.
Take it easy now, Bill.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.